Well, welcome to the David and David Pick'em Show. A little bit of a different edition this time, though. This is Brian Paglia. I'm editor at the Forsyth County News, former sports editor. Filling in for David Almeida. He is on fall break with basically the rest of Forsyth County right now. But we still got David Roberts here, sports editor. It's midway of the high school football season, so we're going to roll through a little bit of a mid-season review for each of our county teams, and then we'll have you, David, pick our two games that we've got going on in the county tonight. So let's start with Central. Central 3-1 so far, really running up scores on folks, playing really well.
Yeah.
What have you seen from the Bulldogs so far?
3-1. You know, you mentioned they have been outscoring everyone. I'm a little interested to see how good they are. You know, because those 3 wins have come against 3 teams that have yet to win a game this season. So while they are certainly very good, the question is how good. And you know, I think we'll be able to answer that in region play. Once that starts, Mitch Weber has been a huge addition for them. You can tell on the defense. Had a recovered fumble for a touchdown a couple of weeks ago. I think he got his first sack last week. So the defense seems to be ticking for them. Bronson Landreth running the offense at quarterback. It seems like they're firing on all cylinders right now.
Nice. All right, let's move on to Denmark. The second-year school, the Danes are 4-0, is that right?
That's right.
Looking pretty good. What do you think of the Danes so far this season?
I can speak for everyone when I say that I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get to see them play Central a couple of weeks ago. You know, that would have been a really good litmus test for both teams, really. Denmark's looking like one of the best teams in 4A. I don't know if they are yet, but they certainly have a chance to prove that with their schedule. But yeah, they've looked kind of, you know, every bit as good as advertised. Aaron McLaughlin can sling it. Xavier Capers can bring it down. Really good wide receiver, good range, good hands. And their defense has been lights out. I think they've got 3 shutouts under their belt already. The only one that wasn't was against Dawson County. Kind of had to fight and claw for that one. Offense has been spectacular, but that defense has been lights out too.
Yeah, and we're kind of flipping to the other side of things here, going alphabetical, of course, to Lambert, which is still searching for its first win. What's been going on with the Longhorns this season, you think?
Yeah, they're just playing some tough teams. They haven't been able to, you know, get everything going, it seems like. I think the big question we had before the season was, you know, are they going to cut down the turnovers? You know, Peyton Rich last year threw a lot of interceptions as quarterback, but he's only got 2 this year. So I think that defense is struggling a little bit to find its identity. I know they're playing a lot of young kids on the defensive side. So if they can, you know, limit a team to, you know, maybe under 30 points or something like that, you know, I think they have a good shot to come up with the W next couple of weeks. But I do believe they have a tough game right out of the starter region. I'm not sure who it is, but and this region's looking very difficult. So Lambert's going to need to sneak 1 or 2 here soon and kind of get the momentum going. But yeah, that's kind of the tale of the season right now.
Yeah. Well, let's head up to Raider Valley, North Forsyth. Under Robert Kraft. How have the Raiders looked so far this year?
Yeah, really good. One thing, I was shooting their game a couple of weeks ago. It was Kennesaw Mountain, I believe, and I was really impressed by running back Jared Lucero. Big physical guy. They ran up that left side, I feel like, almost every play, which was great because that's exactly where I was positioned, so I was able to get a couple of good shots. But he had over 200 yards that game, ran for, he passed the century mark again last week. So the offense seems to be running through him with Nicky Dowman kind of nursing a sore shoulder. It looks like they want to keep him fresh for region play, which is smart. And I have, you know, a very good feeling that he'll be back when the games start to matter a little more. But very staunch defense. They control the line of scrimmage on both sides. Jamel Lewis has 3 interceptions and I believe 5 pass deflections too. He's the one that I picked for my Defensive Player of the Year so far, which might have been a little bit of an upset. But I think you got 3 picks in your first 5 games, you know, that's not bad. And he's a sure tackler. He's got 14 tackles, 13 solo tackles. So I think North is in a really good spot right now, despite those two losses. I think they're right where they want to be.
Nice. So now let's go to South Forsyth. The War Eagles probably have had the most exciting season if you think about the kind of games they've played and the back and forths they've had. What have you seen from the War Eagles? Yeah,
definitely exciting. I was at that game against Blessed Trinity where they fell just short, 34-31. And then the following week, they got it done. They came back against Etowah and managed to get the win. And just, a roller coaster of a season, it seems like, for them. Last week against Hillgrove, gave up 6 sacks, I believe. 3 were to Miles Murphy, a 5-star kid going to Clemson. So, I was talking to David about that, David Almeida, who covered the game. They're not going to, not every team in this region or that they face in the playoffs going to have a kid like Miles Murphy bearing down on Joe Slott. But very good team. Very impressed by South. That wide receiving core is legit. Devin McLaughlin, Colby Cruz, Cameron Schur. I mean, those guys are all really, really good. Trey Green stepped up at running back. And then Jax Weaver is actually a kid that David Almeida picked for Defensive Player of the Year so far. He's got really good stats, and so I think that linebacking core is really good. That's kind of the heart of their defense right now. So I think right now they got to feel like it's their region to lose, going into play.
Nice. So we'll skip back in the alphabet. Like I said, we were going alphabetical, but we'll skip back and go to Pinecrest.
Yeah.
Pinecrest Academy still searching for their first win of the season as well.
Yeah.
What's been going on with the Paladins?
Yeah, I didn't even notice that you skipped Pinecrest because P comes before S, and geez. Yeah, but Pinecrest, they're still kind of in the same boat as Lambert in that they're giving up a lot of points, it seems like. But Terrence Mathis, after the game last week, it was another loss to Walker, and just said that it was a handful of plays that really did it for them. 3-4 plays. There was one play where Tony Novo's touchdown was called a fumble. They ruled there was a fumble before he broke the plane, I guess, and. So just little things like that, it seems like. And then there's the numbers game. They only got, about 20 plus kids. I think they started the season with right around 30, maybe shy of 30. And so, as the season goes on, you're inevitably going to lose a couple of kids to injuries and what have you. And I think that's really, taking its toll. Maybe the depth isn't quite there. But, they're going to need to get going soon. They've already started region play. They have Mount DeSales this week, so tough game.
Yeah, 4-0 Mount DeSales.
Yeah.
And we'll finish up with West Forsyth.
Yeah.
Of course, again, playing one of the more challenging schedules, non-region challenging schedules. How do you think they came out of that, and what do they look like going forward?
Well, I was really impressed by defensive special teams for West last week against McCallie. Drew Southern had to come in at quarterback because Blake Whitfield, he broke his collarbone, so he's going to be out for a few weeks. But the way their defense played was really inspired. Eli Orr obviously leads things right there in the middle of the defense, middle linebacker. But it was tough for them to get Drew Southern kind of acclimated to the quarterback position. Obviously, he's got the reps he's played before last season, but he was also their starting safety. So whenever the offense would come off the field, he would stay on the field and play safety. And there was even a time during that game where he was returning punts, or at least back there for punt return. So it's gonna be up to how Drew Southern and that offense reacts to losing their quarterback. Dabo Fofana is a really capable runner. I think he proved that in kind of a sloppy game against McCallie. But the pieces are there, but it's a big blow to lose your quarterback like that.
All right. Well, let's roll into the games of the week. Both are out of county. We'll go to Pinecrest first. They're going to go to Mount DeSales, like we said, 4-0 Mount DeSales.
Yeah.
Who you got in this one?
Yeah, it's kind of tough to pick against Mount DeSales right now. They seem to be scoring at will and doing everything they want, so I'm gonna go with them. Pinecrest, we mentioned 0-4. This was a 21-16 loss to Mount DeSales last year. But it was at the beginning of the season. So it was a close game last season. Pinecrest, maybe they can hang in there and kind of make it interesting. They gave up 222 yards on the ground last week, which is not a recipe for success, really, when you can't control the opposing team's ground game. So that will be something for them to hone in on and try to stop this week for sure.
Gotcha. And then Denmark. Denmark's going to go up to Hall County, play West Hall.
Yeah.
What do you make of that matchup?
Yeah, and this is another undefeated team looking to keep another team off the board because West Hall is 0-5. West Hall has opened up the season with some tough games. They've got Commerce, Jefferson, Dawson County too. And last week they played Blessed Trinity, which is their first region game. But Commerce, Jefferson, tough teams. Dawson County seems to be playing well this year, as evidenced by hanging in with Denmark a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, I mentioned quarterback Aaron McLaughlin. He's 55 of 89, 995 yards. Got 10 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions so far this year. And 438 of those, and 5 of those touchdowns have gone to Xavier Capers. So that's the duo we thought it would be before the season, for sure. And then there's Jordan Brunson, who's only averaging 12 yards a carry at running back. And I mentioned how good they are on defense. Justin Bradford's a really good defensive back. He's got 3 picks this year. Had a pick 6 last week. Stepped in front of the screen pass, took it right in the end zone. And then there's Arthur Marsden, 24 tackles, he's got 6 sacks and a couple of forced fumbles. So, I mean, they're really firing on all cylinders. And I might be looking past this game to see how they stack up next week against Blessed Trinity and then Marist the following week. Because if they can, split, those 2 games, I think they'll be in a good spot. Or if they can go 2-0 in those, I think you got to make the case for them being, the best team in 4A. But that's a little ahead of ourselves right there. They got to get past West Hall first, any given Friday, right?
That's right.
But no, in case it wasn't clear, I like Tinmark.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that'll wrap things up here. Thanks for watching the David and Kinda David Pick'em show today. Be sure to check us out, forsythnews.com/sports. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.